Hello and welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute-a-day podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse, recorded here in the dining room of the Bible Bistro, located in Sharonville, Ohio. Well, hey there, friend. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio here in the Bible Bistro. Come on in here, sit down with me, grab yourself something hot or cold to drink, whatever you like. Let's open our Bibles up. And today we're looking at Psalm 112. This is the Psalm of the Blessed Man. And this psalm is to be compared with Psalm 111, and there are so many ways that it lines up. This psalm is the blessed man who is a reflection of the Lord, and we saw the Lord described in Psalm 111. Yesterday we read verses 4 in both psalms, and they sort of mirror one another. The Lord's actions are like the blessed man's actions, and you ask the question, well, why is that? Well, it's because the blessed man fears the Lord and he walks in his ways. And so the character of God can be seen in the blessed man. Same thing today. We talked about his blessing and what that's like. His generation is blessed. There's wealth and riches. His righteousness endures. There's light in the dwelling of the upright in the darkness. And he's gracious, full of compassion, and righteous. And now we're going to see that in his affairs, the graciousness and compassion and righteousness is expressed. So let me read verses 5 and 6. A good man shows favor and lends. He will guide his affairs with discretion. Surely he shall not be moved forever. The righteous shall be an everlasting remembrance. All right, so we're still talking about the blessed man. We have the blessed man there in verse 1, and now we're still talking about him because it's a good man. A good man shows favor and lends. Now, this is very much like what we have over in verse 5. Is it verse 5? Yep. Verse 5 in Psalm 111. He hath given meat unto them that fear him. He will ever be mindful of his covenant. So, God is faithful to those who trust in him, and what does it say? He gives meat to them. Well, here the good man shows favor and lends. So he's giving too. The Lord gives, and the good man gives. He guides his affairs with discretion. Now, he's just not giving to everybody and anybody. He's not wasting his money, but he's helping the poor, and he's helping those in need. Surely he shall not be moved forever, it says. The righteous shall be an everlasting remembrance. Of course, he is not moved forever because his righteousness endures forever. And the reason his righteousness endures forever, as I said the other day, is that this is imputed righteousness. This is the Lord's righteousness. And if he's in the Lord, then he's not going to be moved because you can't move the Lord out of the way. So he will not be moved forever. And again, you notice that he's showing out this character of God in giving. The righteous shall be in everlasting remembrance. By whom? By the world? No, but by the Lord. The Lord remembers him. The Lord sees what he's doing. The Lord watches over him. The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous man. So this man, he's in the scope of the Lord. He sees him and he sees what he's doing. He's guiding his affairs with discretion. He's giving, he's showing favor, he's lending. And all of that is a description of his righteousness. But it's also working out in his everyday life because, all of us, we have our thought life, we have our devotional life, and then we step outside our door, right? And we may not be going to church, we might be going to work, or we might be going to school. We may be going to the market. And in those occasions, we're still demonstrating the very character of God, and it works its way out in our everyday life. Because in those situations, when we're out in the world, well, we're interacting with folk, and that is a demonstration of God's love in action towards others. How we behave, what we say, how we act, and so forth. So, and we don't always do it perfectly. I'm not saying that the blessed man does it perfectly, but it's something that is happening, and sometimes without us even knowing it. Join me again tomorrow, and we will look at verses 7 and 8 here on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. For more fresh and delicious Bible studies, podcasts, books, and more, check out the Bible Bistro online and on YouTube. Join me again next time for Daily Dose Radio.